Good morning, everyone. Hope you are well on this Saturday morning. I believe it's Saturday morning. You know, when you're not working, the days of the week kind of run together. We are still in Chattanooga area, and I snuck out to do a quick video, and so bear with me. We are enjoying our stay. You know, this area is just a little bit, the pace of things seem a little slower than where we live, what we're used to, which is a welcome change. We like that. We like that a lot, actually. And but anyway, it's just something I've noticed. You know, it's just not as fast. Things aren't moving as fast. It's a nice change. I'm good with that. I really am good with that. I'm going to talk about several things here. I'm going to give you my dog take on the spat, I guess, the fight, the verbal fight that went on yesterday. You've probably seen it, I'm sure, by now, between Trump, Zelensky, the Vice President, Vance, and how that went down. I mean, what was said and all that kind of stuff. I won't go into details. I'm just going to kind of give you my take, kind of a summary take on it, and my prediction going forward on that. So there's some other things going on here also. I'm going to talk about what else? The Epstein files, or lack thereof. I'll give you my take on that, and what I think will happen next on that as well. There are other little news items, and I have some questions. I have three burning questions in my brain that I will share towards the end here, and I have a terrific passage I'm going to share with you towards the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. It's a good one. First, a couple of things I meant to mention the last video, I believe, is the actor Gene Hackman, and I really don't comment a lot on when famous people die and all that kind of stuff. It just depends, you know. I really liked him. I've never met him. I don't know what kind of guy he was, honestly, but I liked his acting. I liked his movies. I really did. I mean, he played some good characters. He played a good bad guy too. And just a well-rounded actor. From all accounts that I've read, he seemed like a decent guy. You know, later in life, he seemed like a pretty normal, kind of a recluse. But heck, that's probably the way I'd be too. You know, there's a lot of talk surrounding the circumstances of he and his wife's death and the dog. And the man was 95 years old. I'm not getting into all that. It's just I liked his movies. I liked his acting. Seemed like a good dude. Anyway, okay. First, what do I do first? Oh, real quick. The anti-Israel protesters are back, it seems like. Where you been? We missed you. Not. But anyway, they're back. Looks like they have, they're causing riots at this Bernard, I might be pronouncing that wrong, Bernard College in New York City. Pro-Hamas rioters. They started out as protesting and then started fighting with police the other day. Many of them got arrested, it sounds like. They probably didn't stay in jail long. You know, I believe this is just starting up again. I believe this will ramp up big time, and they will cause some problems. They seem to like the colleges because they seem to be able to do a lot of what they want to do at the colleges. So I don't know, it might be a little different under this administration, y'all. You know, we also have a place carved out down there in Cuba for people. I'm not saying they need to go there right away, but you know what? If you're going to be, depending on what you do, you know, there needs to be consequences. And are they all legal? That's something too, you know. Are they citizens? Are they supposed to be here? Are they legally supposed to be here, right? But campus riots, I think we're going to see that ramp up, definitely. All right. Trump, Vance, Zelensky. You know, so Zelensky, back up on, from the way I've been following this, it sounds like, or they made it sound like, from Rubio especially, is that they've been working on a deal to get rare minerals, I guess, from Ukraine, and then help them with security and that kind of stuff, have a presence there in Ukraine and bring an end to the war. But they still need to bring Mr. Putin into the table too, but before that, they got to get this the Z-Man on board. And it sounded like they kind of had him, and Zelensky came in yesterday to basically sign a deal. Or was it the day before? I don't even know. I think it was yesterday, to sign the deal. Or so they thought. Maybe this is all theater. I know sometimes you wonder, right? But from my point of view, it looks like he came in to sign the deal and then wanted to play games. All right. And, Trump, this is a different administration from the last one. These people are not going to be your puppets like they were in the last 4 years. And, it's a different guy in charge right now. And same with the VP, Vance, handed it to him as well. And, but that's what it looks like. Perhaps, first of all, wear a suit, man. Okay. You're at the White House. Wear a suit. Come on. You're leader of a country. Actually, you didn't even have elections this last time. So, but still, wear a suit. Try to look the part. That's the first thing. You got to look the part. That's when I coach people. You first, before you go do it, you got to look like you can do it, right? Even if you can't do it, look like you can. Kind of like the fake it until you make it kind of thing. I don't like to say this, as often said, but you got to look the part. All right. He needs to look the part first. Anyway, perhaps he doesn't want a peace deal. And Trump told him, and Zelensky, Vance told him too, like, dude, you need to make a deal to save your country. This is not going to end well for you. It's going to end badly. And Trump was like, yeah, without us, you're not such a tough guy. All these billions and hundreds of billions of dollars that has flowed to you from here, from the United States. And you come in here swaggering, acting like a fool. You're not, and you're playing games and you're not ready to make a deal. And then he's going to be disrespectful as well. No, get off my lawn. Come back when you're ready. Until then, you're on your own. If I were in charge, I would have also said, not one more thin dime to you, pal. You could have made a deal here, and you're being dumb. You're being stupid. You could have made a deal. But since you don't want to make a deal, and you want to be dumb and play games and then try to insult us and be disrespectful, we don't play that game here. Not one more thin dime to you. And see what happens to you now. And Trump was like, yeah, you got no cards to play here, man. You're not in a good position. And he's correct. Trump's correct on that. And this could be all part of the art of the deal. Could be. But yeah, basically he said, no, get off my lawn. In so many words, But it's hard to tell what, and this played out on TV, basically. But they had meetings beforehand, What's going to happen next? I think it's pretty likely that Zelensky will come back to the table and say, yeah, I need to make a deal. If he really wants to save it all, and not get just totally, talk about not caring about your people and your country, make a deal. I believe it will come back together. This is maybe just all part of the negotiations, I don't know. But that's my thought, is that it's likely that they will come back and make some kind of deal. But yeah, the important thing is, no, we're not your, I could say a worse word, but we're not your puppet like the last four years were, like these guys, like the last administration was. And look the part, dude. Come on, man. All right, I'm going to the Epstein. Let me know what your thought is on that. Epstein, we have an internal civil war, y'all. This is what we have going on. We have the people that are now in charge that really want to really want to find out deeper what went on with all that stuff and the files and all that, and then the list or whatever. But we have an internal civil war. We have deep state operatives that are embedded deep into these agencies, especially the FBI. And, you'd have to raise the thing to the ground. Somebody made a comment the other day, you got to burn it down to build it back up. That's not a bad point. You have these people in there that had plenty of time to destroy stuff. They probably burned it somehow. Who knows? Who knows where the list is, if there even is one. But there's so many powerful people that probably did some really terrible things that I don't think we'll ever know. But I think that's what we have going on, even other than the Zelensky, other than the Epstein files, other stuff, that they're trying to, this new administration is trying to change. You have these deeply embedded bad actors in these agencies, and you may not know who they are, which ones are good and bad. They may play good, but they're not. So I think that's what we're dealing with here. And that would be very tough to root out. Hopefully they can, but I don't know. Bondi, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, I think they're trying to do the right stuff. Compared to who we've had in charge, it's way better, right? I like the VP. I like Vance. He don't play around. He's not sitting and being silent. And it looks like Trump's fine with him doing that. That's good. I'm glad that he is. He needs the help. Trump's one guy. So that's kind of how I see that one. What else? Oh yeah, I did see where I'm seeing where they're talking about the media jumps on this stuff. The main media is gonna make it sound like, oh, Trump ran him off, didn't want to make a deal with Zelensky and all this. No. How can you be, it's treasonous almost in a way, to not back up your president. Yeah, you can disagree with him on things, but of course they're going to take the side of the foreign dictator. Even Fox News, I saw, not all of them, but I saw some Fox News people making it sound like it's Trump's fault too. On this one, I don't think it is. The price of eggs is going up and up and up and away. We need to pivot. We need to adjust. Like I said in the last videos, find a local source, or get your own chickens. If you eat that many eggs, Mrs. Dawg and I really don't eat that many eggs. It doesn't pay for us to go, at least for now, and go and get chickens and all that kind of stuff, and the feed and the coop and the time and all that. We're busy people. We don't really consume that many. It's just the two of us. Now, once we are even partially retired, that might change. But we have neighbors. We have people right near us that do have chickens. And we got a source. And it's reasonable priced. And they're natural. They're organic. They didn't arrive on a big truck into some big plant, So anyway. That's my thought on that. I did see where Trump said that the administration is trying to work a plan on financial relief for farmers, trying to do something about the egg prices, the food prices. We'll see. That takes time, though. I think we do have to have patience with that. We've had to deal with inflation and a mess the last 4 years. It's going to take time, y'all. It really is. What else? I have some questions, and I'm going to do a verse, a passage. I have questions, and as far as the current administration, Trump and company, and I know they haven't been in office long, and these are things they've been talking about doing, and I want to know when they're going to happen. Miss Dawg brought this up too the other night. After our video, I think she brought some of it up during the video. What about the drones? We need more information about the UFOs. We really do. We should know. But I don't think we're going to get it. Even though they said they were going to tell us. Fort Knox. There's a lot of talk about going into Fort Knox, see what the gold is, confirm it. Hadn't seen, unless I just missed it, I don't think that's happened. Is it going to happen, y'all? Are they really going to do it? And if they do, I mean, what are they going to show? I mean, are they going to go in without the cameras rolling to see, is there anything in here? Yeah. I don't think we're really going to know for sure. But they've been talking about Fort Knox. We'd like to know. Yeah, we're citizens out here, right? Just trying to make it and pay our taxes and such. And when are people going to be arrested? I guess they first need to be charged. But I'd start making some examples out of people. There's plenty of choices. Take your pick. So when are we going to see orange jumpsuits? And I'm not saying go and make up something on a political figure that's an enemy like they did against Trump and some others, not just Trump. You know, independent journalists that just happen to be near the Capitol, they go and arrest and put them in jail. That's what they've been doing. Don't do that. Go after the real criminals. There's plenty of them. Don't care what their position or title is. Go after them. And there might be some on the Republican side. Go after them too. If they're guilty, why not? You know they are too. But I'd go after the big ones, you know. Man, you know. I'm not even gonna name the names, you know who they are. When are we gonna see orange jumpsuits? Walk them. Let's see it. I'm waiting on that too. So those are the three: UFO drones, Fort Knox. When are people going to be getting charged and arrested? Prosecute them. Maybe it's in the works. Who knows? I don't know. I need a little caffeine. All right, passage time. If you're still with me, I appreciate it. We are going into Matthew chapter 28, right at the end of the chapter. The Great Commission. From the words of Jesus, starting in verse 19 to his disciples. Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to follow all that I commanded you. And behold, I am with you always to the end of the age. There's a lot going on there. There's a great commission to make disciples of the others. All the nations, not just one or two nations, all the nations, all the people. And he's with us. He's with us to the end of the age. Says it right there from his words. That's powerful. So when we have the opportunity, I'm not saying we need to all go down on the street and be a street preacher. No, I'm not saying that. If you want to, be careful. But when we have opportunities, let's share our faith. It can be small. You plant a seed and water it. It's amazing what happens. It's amazing what happens. I've had friends, I've had people that would make fun of Christians. And they're different nowadays. They're Christians. They're of the faith. And you just got to plant a seed. And a lot of times you don't have to beat them over the head and shout at them with a bullhorn. They might just run off. Then they'll run away from you. But be invitational, not confrontational. At least especially at the beginning of it. Be strong in your faith, because they're going to try to poke holes in it. When they try to poke holes in it, you're going to be like, nah, it's the way it is. So be strong in it, but be loving. And be invitational. Invite them into the faith. You never know what happens, right? We can just try. Share your thoughts. Let's be safe. Let's be careful out there. We're into a weekend. Stay close to Jesus. God bless y'all. See you soon.